All right, the last few tasks now. Task number 7, it says create a chart to show students' marks. Ensure the chart has a suitable title and axis or axes labels. Just change that to the plural of axes. My mouse is being funny. I'll just use my touchpad. Here we go. No truncation and no unnecessary information or elements in the chart. Okay, lovely. So first of all, a chart to show students' marks. So let's get the name included here. I'm going to hold down Control on my keyboard to get marks as well. On a Mac, you can hold down Command or some combination of your, keys. You can try and figure that out yourself. If for whatever reason it's just not happening for you, and a thing you can do is just copy and paste the text together somewhere, and then you can just make the chart from there. So for example, you can just go to there and just do copy, paste that, and then go to marks, copy and paste that right next to it. So you can do that if you're in a situation where it's just not working, you don't know what's going on, you can just do that. Okay, right, so let me just go ahead and do it the way that should work. Hold down Control when you're selecting a non-adjacent column of data, because it says create a chart to show students' marks. So we get the name and we get the mark. Ensure the chart is suitable first of all, and then we're going to make sure it has a suitable title and axes. This needs to move out of the way. It's not moving out of the way. There we go. I'm going to go to Insert, and for this type of data, it's showing frequency, if you like, because it's frequency of marks. So a column chart would suit. There we go. That seems fine. What does it say? Ensure it has a suitable title. It just says mark. That's not a suitable title, so you can just double click it and just change the title. So I'm just going to type student, let's just call it test marks or something. It's fine for now. When you click a chart, you have chart tools that appear at the top. So if you're ever lost as to what exactly you need to do to change one thing or another, go up there and you'll just find it, okay, whatever it is you're looking for. So we've done the chart title. We now need to do the axis label. So we need to name what this is and name what the what's going up on the left side. So what we need to do, let's go to quick layout. No, it's chart element. Go to chart element or something similar, or axis or axes labels, and you need to get the horizontal and the vertical labels up. So let's do the horizontal first. These are names or students, whatever you want to say. I'm just going to call it student name. Okay, and then the other element that we want is the vertical, and this is going to be the actual marks. So you just do that. So ensure the chart has a suitable title and axes labels. No truncation. So truncation means like names have been like shortened because they're too long to currently show. Sometimes that happens. Usually all you need to do is just upsize the chart and it normally gets sorted. Other things you could do are probably downsizing the text. So currently my size is 9. I've just selected this area and it's telling me it's size 9. So I can downsize it, and it has actually downsized my text, but size 9 actually works fine. I've got no truncation, no like dot, nothing like that. So that's all good. Let's get this out of the way on here. And no unnecessary information or elements. So that would normally be included in case you have a key or a legend that sometimes appears, which you don't actually need. So if you do have a key or a legend, it might just be like a blue square and then it just says something series 1 or something next to it. It doesn't actually help in this case because I can see that these are student names and I can see that these are the marks. So what would I need a legend for? So you can just get rid of it. So if you don't need the key or the legend, then just delete it. So that one is done. Okay, that's done. And now we're going to do the rest. Sometimes it will ask you to put your sheet or chart, beg your pardon, on another sheet. Just to show you that now, you can just right click the chart, move chart, and you can just put it on a new sheet. And I'm just going to leave it on chart 1, just so it's on its own somewhere else. Okay, so let me just go back to sheet 2 and carry this on. So these are extension tasks now. Let's see now. Adjust your if statement so that anyone who scored below 30% has the value email home. So maybe let's put it in past. Let me change this instruction for when you use it in column E. Here we go. So adjust the if statement so that anyone who scored below 30% has the value email home. Okay, it's a bit difficult to see in the red here, so let me just do it from here. Right, so this is where we do something called a nested if statement. So it's an if inside of an if. Okay, your if inside of an if would start here when the value if false value is due. So when you need to put something here, that's where you start your next if. So let me just do that. And now we can go ahead and start the next if statement. So I'm going to type if, and then you do the same structure, open bracket, value if true, value if false. You do the same thing. So if D14 is more than or equals to 50%, then return yes. Then I'm going to put if D14, which is this, is less than 30%, then return email home, because that's the one, right? That has to say email home. Okay, otherwise, just say no, because that was the other value that was specified up here. And also, that is the value that needs to be returned for everything else. So I've got more than 50%, I've got less than 30%. So the between 30% and 49% will be no. So that's how you do that. You can see here that my bracket has been colored red to match up with that. This one needs to be closed, so I need to make sure I close that. So you've got two brackets. I press enter and it says yes. If I change this to like 4, then there you go. The conditional formatting vanishes because I remember I only applied it for yes and no, and it says email home. Okay, let me do that one more time. I'll do it for this one. If D13 is more than or equals to 50%, then return yes. The value if false is where the next if starts. Otherwise, if D13 is less than 30%, then return the value email home. Got a wide on capital H, doesn't matter. Email home. Otherwise, because you need a value if false, otherwise no, because that was the other one. So passed or not passed. And if it says email home, then that's a seriously no, did not pass. Okay, and then you do the double brackets because everything you open, you must close. Okay, press enter, and that works, or should work fine if I change this mark over here now, change to 5. Oops, I did a / again. There you go, that works. Okay, so you can do the same thing. You can fill handle. You can actually fill handle upwards, so I'm going to do that. So it actually applies it all. There you go. So these 4 individuals need an email home. You can apply conditional formatting to that if you wanted to. So new rule, cells that contain whatever, cell value or specific text equal to email home. As long as you spelt it right, doesn't matter whether you've got the capitals or whatever, right or wrong. And I'm just going to make that, I don't know, what am I going to do? Let me just change the font of it, make it italic, and make it what color? What can we make it? Let's just make it purple or something, just to show you can do different things. There we go. Whatever kind of stands out. Anyway, email home to those individuals because they got less than 30%, and everyone else is either just saying no or yes if they got more than 50%. Okay, so that's how you do that. That's a nested if statement. And then the last couple of tasks now. How long? Let's quickly do this. Right. Sort the data in ascending order of marks within descending order of gender. Okay. So ascending order means going from A to Z. So if I go to data up here, ascending is A to Z, or lowest to highest if it's numbers, and descending is Z to A, or highest to lowest. So we're first going to do the second part because it says sort the data in ascending order of marks within. So do this first, within descending order of gender. So gender happens first. So the easiest way to do it is just select all your data that you need to sort. and then go to sort up here. So go to that, the main kind of icon for sort. And then you can do multiple levels of sort. So the first level of sort we want to do is gender. And we're going to do this in descending order of gender. Descending order of gender. So that means Z to A. And then we're going to do add a level and then ascending order of marks, values, smallest to largest. Yes. Okay. Done. So this has now done it in descending order of gender first. You can see very clearly it's got the males first and then the females. And then it's done it within the ordered gender. It's then done it in ascending order of marks. So that's why you can see the marks going up from 4 to 65. Okay, and it's done that specifically because we told it to do it. Okay, and you can do all sorts of other sorts depending on whatever you're asked. You can do it by name and then percentage and even this. Yeah, so you can have all the email homes first or whatever because it begins with E, right? So you could have that done as well. So you just experiment with it on top of whatever I've shown you, just so you're comfortable with that. But when you do multiple levels of sort, you've got to do the sort of the field or the column that comes after within. So that one you do first. Okay, so that is inside that one. Okay, right, last one. In suitable cells, calculate and label maximum percentage, minimum percentage, and the averages of female and male students. Okay, you can just do that however you want to do it. It's fine. I mean, you can even do that here if you wanted to. That was just to make sure that you were comfortable with these formulas up here. Let me just delete that. Sorry. If I just click on the little arrow here, these formulas are up here. So average will find the average of a set of values. Max will find the highest of a set of values, and minimum will find the lowest of a set of values. So let me just do it for I don't know. Let me just do it for the males. And then we'll have the max, the min, and the average. Let's just do that. So the maximum here, you can go ahead and actually just type max, sorry, and then open bracket. If you don't want to do that, you're uncomfortable for whatever reason for now, then you just click on the cell, go up here to auto sum, and you can just get the formula from here. You can also insert function as well. So it's saying here C4 to H4, but we don't want that. We want the maximum out of, was it percentages it wanted? Let's do percentages. Maximum out of the males. So I'm just going to select up to there because that's all the males. And you just press enter and it says 81%. And then a similar will be done for minimum. Minimum for males of percentage would be up to there. Lovely. And then the average, you can again go up to auto sum and select it from there, or you can just, you know, get used to maybe typing some formulas and picking from the list over here. Sometimes it's quicker. Find the average of the percentages. Here we go. Enter. Okay, so that's when you just do, this is analysis. This is just like summarizing and finding stuff. Okay, cool. So you would do exactly the same thing for females. Let me just make this orange or something, and then just make this data easier to read, whatever. And then if you really wanted to, then you can just make these labels over here, labels, slightly different color. So you would do the same for females, okay? So that's how you would find those formulas. Okay, lovely. So we've gone through quite a lot. Take your time, go through these videos. If you have any questions, please do either email me or just comment or whatever, and then I will try to help you out. Okay, lovely. Good luck.